All right. Welcome to the FPL America podcast. This is David Smith.
Well, I don't even know what to do because he didn't do it right, Brian.
No.
You always correct me when I do it wrong. Why don't you correct him?
It's the latest edition.
The latest, dang it, edition of the FPL America podcast. This is David Smith.
Oh, no, Travis Hoyt.
Brian Shesko.
I was thrown off completely because your finger point was so delayed and you were so unsure. And I'm looking at the screen. I'm like, I know I'm supposed to go.
Do I need to switch to my historical family name? Do I need to switch back to Shesko?
Sheshko.
Maybe.
Shesko?
Maybe.
Sheshko.
I think that as the season gets deeper and your cousin continues to perform, maybe that's not that bad of an idea. Brian, welcome back.
Before.
Yeah.
Welcome back. You have brought some sanity, clarity, and wisdom back to this podcast that sorely we missed last week. Although those of you
what are you
who
talking about?
Listened,
it was the best episode we've ever done.
It was, and I said that
I'm
on
so glad
Slack,
you listened.
And I know you don't listen, but if you did, you would have said, "Hey, boys, that's a great pod." Even afterwards, Travis is like, "You know what? That was way better than I thought."
Yeah, I did not think it was going to go very well.
So, hey, we did something. It's never as good as when Brian is not here, but hopefully you were entertained. Gentlemen, before we get started, Travis, I can't remember if I alluded to this last week, but
It's about basketball? You definitely did.
I played in a coaches versus alumni game this past Saturday.
Pickleball? Basketball?
No, basketball.
Oh, okay.
And it's the first time, Brian, that I had shot a guy's ball in probably 7 to 8 years. I've been coaching my daughters for the past 7 to 8 years.
Yep.
And so I'm always have girls' balls around.
Yeah.
And so basketballs, I mean.
This is getting weird, David.
So
It makes total
last
sense.
Monday, after our practice, I stayed with the varsity boys who were practicing after us, and I just did some shooting drills with them when they were doing full court stuff. I'm not crazy. I didn't do that. No. I actually, it took a little warming up. I mean, there was some warm up before practice, and I got a few shots in, and I didn't embarrass myself. It's one thing I can still do.
Were you wearing those leggings?
No,
Okay.
no, but
figured.
probably should have. Anyway, so Saturday was the game. And I told the guys, I'm like, look, I'll probably gotta give 50%, maybe 60%, but I'm not getting hurt. So I'm out here, and don't expect much. I cannot afford.
So,
I'm old now. I'm old.
It's about the same level of commitment that you bring every week to this, right?
Look, not true, but I will say this. I saw this years ago in men's adult softball, which I played for years, and I saw a lot of guys get hurt.
Yeah.
Guys in their 40s get hurt.
They forget. Yeah.
And what I started to realize is this: every year past 35, unless you are in the gym 3 or 4 times a week, you're really fit, you're running triathlons, because I have friends who do that, and marathons. Unless you're doing that, every year past 35, you lose 2% of your 100%. So by the time you're 40, your new 100% is 90. And if you go over 90, you're probably going to get hurt. By the time you're 45, your new 100% is 80%.
Yeah, that's bad.
That's strong math.
If you go over 80%, probably going to get hurt.
Basically dead.
Probably going to get hurt. So anyways,
Why are we even trying?
I'm not physically fit and in shape. So I stuck with my rule.
Shoulders up, man. They can't tell.
I stuck with my rule. Praise God, I didn't get hurt.
Good for you.
So
Did you lose?
no.
You're meant to lose.
Coaches won. The basketball IQ of the coaches. These other guys, we did have 2 guys who played either last year or 2 years ago who are coaching some of the younger boys teams.
The ringers.
They helped, but also the coaches' IQ and then the coach's shooting ability was it was after the first quarter, they were up by 1 at the end of the first quarter. And then after the end of the second quarter, they tried to shoot with us. Couldn't do it. All of a sudden, we hit 5 or 6 threes in a row. And they were playing man-to-man, but the ball movement was just getting people open, and guys were just draining threes.
Huh. Other people carrying Dave to victory. Where have I heard of that happening before?
Brian,
it wasn't last week.
If you don't have to look, I did get a basket. I got fouled in the lane twice, and the high schoolers didn't call it. Also, Brian, they tried to look. I'm old, but it's not like my basketball IQ is gone.
Yeah.
I knew there was a guy behind me, and he was a jumper. He was about 6'4", 6'5", and a jumper. And I knew he could dunk. And I could tell that the guy was coming down, made eye contact, and he was going to throw him an alley-oop over me. That was not going to happen. I reached my arms back and took a few steps back, feeling for him. And as he went to jump, he raised his arms up, and he hit my arms, knocked me over. He fell on top of me. And, of course, again, no foul was called.
Why would it?
But
it's just an exhibition game, man.
Obviously.
Calm down.
Obviously. And then the guy tried to say that was my fault. I'm like, bro, you made the decision to jump.
Let's just be honest. You did just tell us you knew what he was going to do when you tried.
Yeah, but he hadn't left the ground before there was contact. Therefore, he can choose. I'm not in a position.
Gabriel
I don't
over
need
here.
To jump.
Gabriel over here.
Okay.
Not a foul.
This sounds like
foul.
This sounds
I've
like
learned
Declan Rice on Hotto.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's his decision to jump. If he's not in a good position, maybe don't jump. And anyways, bottom line is you're not. I mean, the way the Smiths grew up, you're not getting a dunk on me. You're not getting a shot at it. And I don't care if it's exhibition or not.
Yeah, understand that.
You can choose someone else to dunk on. It ain't going to be me. I don't think so. So anyways, bottom line is I survived the game, didn't get hurt, and I've been working this week, so that is awesome. All right, let's get to FPL as we are already running late here and got a little bit of a late jump.
Do you guys want to review what you did, smart or stupid? Did we have that as one of the agenda items tonight?
I think so.
We do.
I don't think we. Right. I don't think we went over a ton, Travis.
We were not helpful.
I think we were somewhat helpful.
You just talked about Arsenal the whole time.
That sounds right.
I mean, that's perfect. No, I think I know. When it came to smart stupid, I feel a little lucky, but I was a little frustrated though, and this will tell you how lucky I was. I captained Semenyo, said that in Night Moves, and
I wonder what I would have done if I was here.
But
I would have had a different.
This
captain.
was what was so frustrating, Brian. The reason why that was technically a bad pick. He was the only guy who scored in the game. It was 1-0 City over Leeds.
Yeah.
He didn't get bonus because
he was
the defenders.
fifth in line for bonus.
Yeah.
Fifth.
You needed another goal.
Nothing
You needed another
else.
goal in the game.
He did nothing else in the game, and he was fifth on his own team.
Yeah,
There was five players better than Leeds in bonus points, and Semenyo was fifth. And I'm like, that's a bad decision.
Yeah.
That's weird.
So I don't know if that was smart or stupid. Technically, you got netted points. I did vice captain Bruno, which again in this version of FPL means nothing because you get nothing for vice captains. I really do wish they would figure out something there. But Bruno was the pick this week. My only ray of sunshine is that so many people captain Holland.
Yeah.
And I don't even have him,
Yeah,
so
so
that
many
wasn't
vice
an option.
captains kicked in, and depending on who you had as vice captain.
Yeah, and then what was really stupid is a bunch of people got Bruno vice captain points, and that was wicked annoying. I still had a good week. I was 21 points over average. I haven't had many of those recently, so I'll take that. So mostly green arrows. A couple gray dots, but mostly green arrows.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was bang average, and you know what was not smart? Captaining Rodgers. Like I said, I was going to do a Night Moves, and I did.
Well, it's one of those moves, though, Travis. That, like, no one's going to fault you for that. They're playing Wolves. I think they're home to Wolves. Were they at Wolves or home Wolves?
They were at Molineux, I think.
I do like a home captain better. I think most probably do. But how do you not make that pick? The other thing that is weird, another one of my weird quirks is I don't like a Friday captain. I don't like a first game of the day captain, and I don't like a Friday captain.
Yeah.
And again, just a weird quirk of mine.
Yeah. Well, no, a lot of people have said that because if it goes wrong, then you have the rest of the time to regret your decision, and nobody likes that. But if you hit it, well, then it's different. It's always good when you do well. It doesn't seem to be as good when you do bad.
It's good when you do
If you captain Gomez for Wolves,
oh, you're feeling great.
You're having a whale of a day.
The top score for FPL of the game week, I don't know if you guys saw it from official FPL account. You can guess who the person captained. I'm sure you can.
It's probably Gomez.
No.
it was Ekatike or
No.
Bruno. No,
Even weirder.
Those are too obvious.
The top scorer
Help me.
for team of the week in FPL, some lunatic,
Damsgaard.
Captain Mikel Damsgaard. Scored like 120 points with Mikel Damsgaard as captain. Why would you? Who would do that?
What a weirdo.
I have it on here.
Did someone triple captain him?
Ignore Damsgaard. I'm sure somebody did. He hasn't scored over 8 points in any game all season. So why would you captain him this week? Why now? Someone did.
Weirdo.
I don't know why you would do that.
Brian, that reminds me of the one time, long time ago, where someone triple captained Per Mertesacker.
Oh,
on a double score game or something. He had like 2 headers or something back when Set Piece FC wasn't even dreamed up yet.
Yeah.
And he had like a ridiculous,
can you
like,
imagine?
like 20
No.
points.
Can you imagine what?
That's a
Can
lunatic.
you imagine what would have to go wrong in your mind for you to put a captain on him, much less a triple captain?
100%. All right. So, Travis, I feel like there might have been. I still like my Alex Scott pick. My transfer last week. He only got 3 this week, but
he had a lot of shots.
So what really impressed me, now that I owned him, I was actually paying attention to him when I was watching that game. He's a heck of a ball player, and he will not be at Bournemouth long. He reminded me a lot of a younger Declan Rice.
I was gonna go. He's got that Jack Grealish energy.
No, well, he's got the headband on that kind of reminds you of him, but the way he plays and his style,
they're very different players.
He's on set pieces. He's breaking up things all the time. I think he's more. I think he's more similar than you think.
I'm not saying he's not similar. I'm just saying I think they're different players. Scott's way further forward.
Okay,
Rice has played, but he's an excellent player, and so even classing him with even a young Declan Rice who was ready to break out.
I was extremely impressed by his play. I really, really was.
Yeah.
Well. Having him in your team will do that.
You did not have a chance to talk about your picks. Did you make any changes last week?
Yeah, I did. I, despite a lot of other things going on, I ended up making one move. I did. It ended up being a lateral move. It seemed like an obvious one. Urian Timber out.
Oh,
Virgil van Dijk in.
That's fine. All right, that worked out okay.
I couldn't have done it. I mean, I wasn't about to take, because why would I take out the greatest goal threat in the history of the league, Gabriel? That would be the only other way I could have gotten. I had a debate in my.
I was so pissed, by the way, when Virgil scored, because he was the top transfer in of the week.
Yeah,
and I'm like, that only because I didn't have him, and I wanted all the people that transferred him in this week to not get that.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't even know. I wasn't even paying attention that closely if it was affecting the mini league. It just bothered me that, like, the most transferred guy in.
I know, it's annoying. It's annoying when it happens and you don't go
as a
that way.
defender.
Yeah. Well, and the only way I could have done it was Gabriel out or Timber out. And Timber, since I'm already looking at down the road, game week 31. So either way, Virgil ends up doing all right. Timber, of course. Even more, like the most FPL thing that could have happened is that I had triple captained weeks ago Timber.
Right, on the
double game week, which of course he gets finishes with a 3 or something like that. And then this week all that goal threat comes pouring out into Chelsea, which is perfect. Just perfect. So that was my one move. I kicked around, I still have a Dorgu problem. So I still have Patrick Dorgu in my team, which now it's getting closer and closer to when he might come back. So I'm not.
Nah.
That was my decision. Do I go for Hill? Do I go for the Bournemouth defender or James Justin, like we've been talking about a lot? Go for a cheaper guy and just take care of that. Have a playable person as my 5th defender. And I was like, no, you know what?
James Justin looked good against the City again.
I know he's playing great.
I
know
he's gashed.
I know.
So hopefully he's not out this week. But either way, yeah. So it was a lateral move.
Right.
Score ended up being fine. Captain Holland, vice captain Thiago. No, not Thiago. Who's the other man? Who's the Brentford man? Why do I keep Igor Thiago?
Yeah. That's Thiago, the forward.
Igor Thiago.
You wouldn't have a second Brentford.
I was thinking of the guy. Who's the guy for Nottingham Forest?
Igor Jesus.
Oh, see these Igors.
Yeah.
Pod title. See these Igors. So Captain Igor from Igor Tiago from Brentford was my vice captain. Thankfully that he was on one bonus, which came real late. So thankfully he ended up with a 6. It ended up being okay. Certainly not as great as the Bruno vice captainers or the Semenyo.
A lot of the Bruno
someone,
vice
you know what was honestly would have been a viable move. I don't know that I would have done
73. Yeah, I had a 74. You had a 73. Yeah, it's good.
No, that was Harry Wilson would have been, I think, an astute captain this week.
Yeah,
and that would have been another one. I genuinely wonder what I might have talked myself into if I would have just played the matchups like I did, or if I might have tried because look, we can talk all you want about like who you did captain, but the fact is now at this point the FPL cartel, the insider information at this point, the accusations have flown about in the past few days about people having knowledge. Like all of a sudden, the number of people who accidentally captained Bruno Fernandes, who switched at the last second to captain somebody other than Haaland, as if there is something that was known. And it's like, how could you have known? It's like, someone knew. So I don't know.
And they're not sharing because they want the advantage.
Yeah. That's baloney.
Bunch of hosers.
This is why the honest accounts...
This podcast wouldn't do that.
Isn't that illegal? Isn't insider trading illegal?
Insider trading is definitely illegal. Insider knowledge about something
is not illegal.
I think that's legal. I think you can know it. But can you act on it?
But once they changed the captain, didn't they act on it? Why can't we consider that insider trading?
I don't know. The FPL is a little bit different. I think they have different rules. Either way, it ended up being an okay game week. I love seeing a red arrow in any league whenever you're 20 points above average.
You end up having a red?
Yeah.
2 red arrows.
I don't think I had
out of
red.
various leagues that I'm in. 20 points above average.
I wasn't going to bring it up, but I did notice it.
It's annoying.
Wow.
But whatever. There is a lot of injury panic to be had out there, so I don't know. The smart stupid is its own thing. There's a ton of injuries that are going to impact this game week.
Especially because it's a short week.
Which for us, have you made a move yet?
Technically, yes, but to field a healthy team, I might have to take a hit.
Have you made a transfer yet?
No.
Okay, so I have not made a transfer either, and I think this information, this is the kind of thing that, it's not stopping anybody from making their moves. Hundreds of thousands of transfers, of course, have been already made. The top injury panic is on Erling Haaland again. The top transfer in and out combo is Haaland out, Ekitike in. That stat courtesy of the transfer stats found on Fantasy Football Fix. You should check that out if you are not. That's our preferred statistic thing.
They won't.
Lazy FPL continues to put out excellent content. Whoever is behind the Lazy FPL account is fantastic. So I'd also like to plug those guys. That simple Lazy FPL newsletter is excellent every single game week. So fantastic. Missing over the weekend. Obviously, Erling Haaland, if you paid attention this week, if you had him as your captain or whatever, Pep didn't know when he would be back, said that specifically. Doesn't know. I have no idea when he's going to come back. Later, as relayed by Lazy FPL, in an exchange with a reporter, Pep said, some players are coming back. Doku is back, or Jeremy is back, meaning Doku. Erling will be back. As much as you have players fit, we'll do it. But as they clarified, that was not necessarily a reference to him being back this week. Just saying that he will be back at some point.
Right.
At some point this season.
Right.
At some point in the future. So there is no guarantee that he's going to be back this week. Somehow I feel like he won't be.
Not midweek. Ain't no way.
They shared a picture of him wearing...
Although they do need the game. I mean, this is a Chelsea game. This is a big game.
It was double denim. They shared a hilarious picture of him from social media. But yeah, yet another point in the season when, Dave, you feel great. You might have been better off dumping him.
I dumped him?
Dumping him weeks ago.
And I did, and I've been okay.
Yeah.
I've been okay.
I totally understand the move to go from Haaland to Ekitike. That makes total sense. I probably should have done it before the price changes.
Yeah.
But I did not, and so here I sit.
Sing the same
I'm
thing.
gonna lose a tenth on that one. 2/10 actually.
I thought City. Sorry, I misspoke there. City's playing home to Forest this weekend, or like this midweek.
Yeah.
I said Chelsea. I don't know why I thought that. They have Chelsea upcoming, but it's not yet.
On the same team, Dave, your transfer in from last week, Nico O'Reilly, knocked.
I know. He left the game.
Ankle knock that Premier Injuries describes ominously, simply quoting Pep when he said, "Not good." Even the Manchester Evening News can only go so far as to say they will have to ascertain what the damage is after the knock. Because he tried to play on and had to be substituted. That's never great. So
I thought it was going to be good because I thought Leeds was going to get one. And I'm like, this is great. O'Reilly subbed off before the hopefully incoming Leeds goal that never happened.
Would have probably pushed Semenyo up the list for you.
It probably would have.
I would have just said probably don't buy, but that's not stopping the 50-some thousand people who made Nico O'Reilly the third most transfer in defender far this game week. I don't know what his transfers out are, but I just don't know that you would want to go there yet. Dave, Declan Rice seems likely to sit.
He's not going to play midweek. He will not play midweek.
Your manager said, I don't know. Declan had to be substituted, so he's going to have to get checked and see if he's available for Wednesday, unfortunately. But your manager is also a raging liar.
Yeah, that's fair.
So it's actually seems likely he will play.
What are they going to do? Play
you know what I
think? In there?
What I think hurt him is he was laughing so hard for getting away with such an egregious foul. A handball and a grab.
It was an elbow ball, not a handball.
Look,
they don't call those.
I will not defend any grabbing. There was outright tackling in that box.
His arms were
all the way
the man.
over. I know.
Even Ian Wright was.
He kind of leaned
I
up.
know.
Have you seen that video of Ian Wright?
How did that
I would not have
called?
whined or complained when that didn't get called and got reviewed, and it was in natural position. I was like, "Whew."
This is where Scott would be saying, "It's scripted. It's scripted."
He might not be wrong. They want more drama.
But you don't think he's playing real, for real?
Well, so I will say this. The only reason why... No, Declan Rice is not playing midweek. I would be beyond shocked if he plays midweek.
Interesting.
I want him to Charles Barkley guarantee.
The weekend...
I guarantee it.
The weekend, he'll be playing.
Okay.
What didn't bother me, by the way, about getting away with a handball is in that match, if you happen to be watching it, there was 3 times where Chelsea fouled and advantage should have been played.
Yeah. Oh, that was terrible. That really was terrible.
Arsenal was taken away, especially the one with Martinelli, who was on a jailbreak. And
when Neto's second yellow, that was so dumb.
Well, so that
one was terrible.
That's the one I'm not even talking about. I'm talking about there was one up through the middle.
Yeah.
That
you're right.
The pass was about to get released, and they called it back. And I'm like, I mean, Arsenal fans obviously were losing their minds, but it did happen 3 different times.
Yeah.
Where they did not play. They could always. They did it on Palmer earlier in the game too. He gave Palmer the yellow. You can have a delayed yellow.
Yeah.
You can come back to him and give him the yellow.
But he probably wouldn't remember.
That was so dumb. That really was dumb.
Anyway, so that not getting the handball didn't really hurt my feelings that much. But if they would have called it, obviously, it looks fuzzy.
Brian, do you think he looked like Charles Barkley in his match as coaches versus alumni?
Absolutely.
Probably a little bit. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. Just tub of lard.
Did you wear a Suns jersey?
Round mound of rebound.
You know what jersey I brought back? I brought 2 things back from Pennsylvania whenever I was visiting my old home.
Old tubs?
Yeah, I found 2 things that I brought that I'm going to try to get someone in my family to wear, not me.
Did you bring any cards back?
The saddest thing is that you probably could find something in an old tub and still be able to wear it. Well, David and I could not get away with that.
I found a...
You're the only one of us that could probably get away with it.
Well, first of all, I found a really cool Beatles T-shirt that I forgot I had. But the things I actually brought back, I found my soccer shirt
No.
From my senior year of high school.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah. So I have
High
so I have my high school soccer
jersey?
shirt with B. Shesko on the back, and I brought back if anyone wants to buy it, it's a vintage Larry Johnson Charlotte Hornets jersey.
Hornets.
The Hornets jersey from Larry Johnson. I brought that back.
That's great. The Hornets were the jam.
Yeah.
At that
Larry
time.
Johnson
They
was
were
easily my favorite player at
so
that
funny.
point.
If you had a UNLV vintage Larry Johnson.
I don't know why, like every other red-blooded American, I didn't make Michael Jordan my favorite player at that point. But when you're a teen, you don't
in
think
Pennsylvania,
of things like that.
You love the Hornets.
I was already an odd kid for growing up in Western Pennsylvania and loving NBA basketball.
Right. All right.
The next injury that is a big deal is Harry Wilson from Fulham.
What? He just got hot again.
At halftime, he gave us the feedback that we probably have to change. He kept going, but it was very difficult for him in the last 20 minutes to support the team. He twisted the ankle a bit. Let's see how it's going to be in the next few days. Harry Wilson, the number one transfer in midfielder of the game week.
23.
Excellent.
23.4% owned.
Was happy to have him. Spurs are such a mess. It would have really been smart. I'm honestly kicking around, because we can talk about Alex Iwobi later, but kicking around the idea of Alex Iwobi. Think of what that could mean for him. I don't know how. I didn't honestly look up Harry Wilson's creative stats, but I don't know how much that might matter. Iwobi's good in that.
It just never seemed
This
like
guy on the break. Both of them are
Wilson ever needs many touches to be able to to get his
It's been the
points.
story of the Harry Wilson season so far. Just very
Alex Iwobi, by the way, back-to-back games of 13 and 10.
He's been fantastic.
A lot
So
of folks moving to Raul as well.
Yeah. Fulham's schedule is just fantastic. Joachim Anderson was another one. 4.7% ownership. It's not as high as I might have guessed, but they'll probably be relieved to know that he only missed the game this past week due to illness. So if there's any triangle, if there's any concern about his fitness, it was an illness-related absence. I don't know that gets you out of the woods. Lots of people sick around here, and they're missing a lot of days. So I don't know. For Chelsea, Mark Cucurella is still injured. I don't know if that matters. He's 13.9%. So that's a higher percentage than I would have guessed. But and then the 4.6% of owners with Pedro Neto are going to need to back up, obviously, for the red card suspension. And Florian Wirtz hurts.
Oh, it rhymes.
Confirmed, like Travis said, out this game week. Wait, not on this podcast. It was pre-pod.
It was pre-pod.
Out for sure this game week. Possibly next week also with this back injury.
Yeah.
I wanted him maybe more than anyone by probably the last time we recorded.
Yeah.
I'm honestly a little surprised at myself that I didn't get him.
I've had him.
Yeah.
Travis, is there any reason why I shouldn't go Wirtz to Mac Allister, who's coming off a 13 and a 9?
Or Szoboszlai, who's gone up in price, I think, twice this week?
Yeah, I don't think you can go wrong with either of those. They're both going to be a threat.
Who would you go with?
Right now, I'm looking at my team. I have 5 transfers, so I have a lot to talk about in night moves. But
what the heck?
One of them could potentially be Szoboszlai.
Did you guys talk about that last week?
I mentioned I was saving them up to try and fix the problems I've got with my team.
I had 2 last week. I made 2.
Wow.
I got 5 transfers, and right now I've mocked up what I would do with all of them.
Wow.
But I haven't hit make transfers yet, so we'll talk about that.
4.8% of managers with Maxime Lacroix need a backup this week also because of his red card suspension. Sorry to anyone who is surprised to see Quaveen Kelleher not in between the sticks. Is that what they say?
Yes.
Or is that just...
all the kids are saying that.
He and his partner had a baby. So that's why the backup Val Martison filled in admirably, making the greatest game of the weekend, Brentford-Burnley. Did you watch that?
No. So I was working Saturday, and I had the Liverpool. So this is how stupid it was. I did have the Liverpool game on, but I could have had the Goal Rush game on because they were featuring Liverpool.
That would have been way smarter.
And I didn't. And my brother Matt, as I was talking to him, of course, he was all fired up about fantasy because he had a killer week. He had 89.
Wow, that's a big week.
Don't feed him.
So for the first time ever all season, he was fired up to talk fantasy because he finally had a good week.
That's after I reminded him to set his lineup, and he said, "Why even bother?"
He's been talking so much trash about like how the Premier League is like the so down and like it's so boring and blah blah blah, all the things, and then he calls me up. He's like, "Dude, were you watching Goal Rush? It was unbelievable.
Yeah.
They couldn't even stick with the game because they're like, we got another goal here.
Yeah.
We got another goal there.
Yeah.
We're going to go to this goal in just a second."
That is fun. That's incredible.
That
is the best Goal Rush.
And it was only 3 games.
I was going to say, it was
only 3
games. 10 or 11 goals by halftime. There
was only 5 games.
Someone needs to tell us, is there a European equivalent of Goal Rush? Because they can't get Peacock, can they?
No, I've seen a ton of. Well,
Paramount should be able to come up
do that?
Definitely England. They have shared clips of like either the Galazzo show on Paramount or even the Champions League coverage with Kate Abdo, with Thierry Henry, with
that's
Jamie
the
Carragher.
equivalent of
Micah Richards.
That show.
That show was
Ernie
awesome.
Johnson.
Oh yeah, that's
Kenny.
NBA on TNT.
Yes, that's the soccer equivalent.
Is so good.
It is excellent every single time, and I've seen people complain that we get stuck with some crap Sky Sports coverage, and look what the Americans get, and it's like, sorry, we do deserve nice things. Maybe not now.
It's true. They can watch I think they black out all the 10 o'clock games.
Yeah, that's a law.
I think
that's certain things. There's a whole source of fun.
Look,
fun,
our
fun
friends
jazz
across the
going
pond.
On.
There's a reason why there was a group of people that left that island a long time ago.
We gotta have Thierry Henry on our TVs. We gotta have people who know what they're talking about. They picked really great people to do it.
I know.
They picked really excellent people to make a really excellent show.
Micah Richards brings a different spice.
That is
Thierry
such an
brings the poise, and Kate somehow wrangles them all. I mean, it really is.
They got.
Do you remember even years ago when we were happy that Arlo White was calling games? I feel like Arlo White was good.
I wouldn't say happy.
Well, it was good though. I liked Arlo. We liked Arlo, but then I feel like now, like Peter Drury and John Champion, and I'm like, this is
Champion's gotten better.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
I feel like it's been so good.
Calling the games is great.
Yeah. But I'm like, in general, like what we get, like what we've been able to get has been really excellent. It should grow the game.
Somewhere Scott is smiling about us talking about coverage and pundits. It's
true.
It's his favorite thing.
The last 2 names I had for injuries, Mukiele affects 10%.
That was one of my transfers out last week.
Owners of him probably already know that he's going to be out for another month. I just wanted to say it out loud. But
I brought in Nico. I brought in Nico from Mukiele last
and then
week.
James Justin was the other guy, just stitches for a leg gash. May still be fit.
I think he plays.
It might have been Chalaba last week for Mukiele.
I think he plays.
So that's it. Those are significant. There are some players, like, not just what do you do, like again.
What's wrong with Harris Maguire?
Another. Oh, you have Maguire?
Begrudgingly, yes.
You brought him in to make up numbers.
Maguire. I remember seeing him.
It was the double match week. I was banking on their matchup, and it horribly backfired.
Have you guys seen the clip of Harry Maguire overreacting to? Like he was like, I had injury when he didn't even get hit in the head. It's like a clip of, sorry, Harry Maguire is going to be out next week. He's still recovering from this injury. And it was like, he got hit in the chest. He's holding his face. Just like
Michael Carrick said, according to PremierInjuries.com, the go-to source for Premier League injuries, Sean Maguire, they weren't feeling too well. So hopefully they'll be feeling better soon. So I don't think. I mean, it's listed on Premier Injuries
about
as
his
illness.
Speed. Just not feeling it. Just not feeling it.
But no, Dave, you might be. What's his percentage at?
1 point.
I was going to say, if it's
go.
more than
That's
2,
low.
I was
It's
about to lose it.
That's the injury. It's not even.
Okay.
It's not even a roundup. I just think it's significant because Holland already. There's nothing. All you know is that Pep is vague. So why is that? That's not news. It's the idea that
English
now
isn't his first language.
whatever, and it's a game that's not a bad matchup. Like at this point, that's a Nottingham Forest is excellent as a matchup. So I don't think you really are
because they're going to go for it.
Like even this week, like was a good matchup for them. So that's why I think this was one of the first weeks where it's like, yeah, just go back to Captain Holland.
Yeah.
So anybody that had insider information about him not being in the team, well, thanks. But there's a lot of players.
Joe Rodon, we got an update on him?
I don't have an update on Joe Rodon. I know he had been out. I think he was he one of those month-long guys a while ago? He was real cheap.
He got hurt in the game.
He's supposed to be back.
Oh, he was back and got hurt again?
Yeah, thigh injury.
That's not great.
Had some problems with his hamstring. Wasn't clear if it was just cramp or a light injury. They have to assess him. He's getting scanned. Seems like he's going to be okay. So as it stands, I expect him to be available tomorrow.
You don't want him to be
as of
scanned,
today.
though. You don't want them scans.
He's classified as a late fitness test.
Okay. Well, that's not as bad as I thought. All right.
You got him?
No, I don't. But I know that. I bet his ownership is at least 10 to 12%.
Think so?
It might be higher.
Bet.
Actually. I don't know. Travis, what is it?
While you guys are looking that up, the one thing I did want to do.
3.9.
In my face.
Wow. The one thing I did want to do is just kind of run through some of the names because it might impact what you do as you're weighing your 5 transfers, Travis. As we said already, I think you can. Boy, I hate saying you can safely ignore anyone, but I want to say you can safely ignore Mikkel Damsgaard.
Okay.
Top scorer this week, 18 points. Now,
right.
Again, had not scored more than 8.
We're going to love doing Smart Stupid next week when Damsgaard does something crazy again.
He might. It's just that his
No, I think it's pretty safe.
Currently on 82 points for the season, just one behind Cole Palmer, actually. But his numbers are, he doesn't shoot much. He doesn't create much. He had an absolute blow-up game. I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
Not worth going to. Ekatike is probably the biggest decision this week. If you haven't done it.
Is it a big decision?
Do you have him? You have him. Do you have him?
I've had him. I just don't know why it would be a big decision.
But
the decision I'm saying, though, Dave, it's just everyone is just making that decision. He's the number one transfer in by far. It was over 400,000 a little while ago. Yeah. It was over 150,000 more even than Virgil, and Virgil was the second, was a lot transferred in. I did not want to sell Ekatike. I don't know if you guys remember me saying that. I didn't want to sell him weeks ago, but I did anyway. It didn't really hurt until
now
this week. Since returning to full-time starting in game week 22, Ugo Ekatike, 57 points, your number one overall scoring player in FPL. 23 shots, number one out of all forwards. 8 shots on target, which is tied for number one among forwards. He's second in big chances and shots in the box only to Joao Pedro. He's had 50 touches in the opposition box, number one of all players. Fixtures for Liverpool are great, or I'd say good the rest of the way, as we've already discussed. It's just a question of whether Alexander Isak comes back as expected next month and ruins all of it.
Next month, but you're not worried about that right now. I mean,
no, you're not. No, you're not.
That's a really good point, and he can't come back fast enough. Not only because he's a good player, but because Ekatike doesn't do game after game after game after game. Eventually, the minutes take their toll on him.
Yeah,
and he is not as effective when he is tired, and you can tell. He fades in games, and we have to come up with solutions, or they got to ride him, and he's just, not really there. He drifts out. So the worry here is this Wolves match going to come too soon after the one he just had?
Yeah. He went I mean, look at his previous 5 games. The last time he had double digits, and he followed that up with a 2-2-2, I believe. And so this was another. Like
is he
looked
going to be
awesome
the obvious
this game.
choice this week for captaincy?
Not after Rodgers burned me against Wolves. No, probably not. It's almost like one of those things where the matchups are just too good to be true. You probably don't do it, right? I mean,
is Kelleher going to be back this week, or is it Brentford? Is Bournemouth and Bournemouth and Brentford going to be? No.
Bournemouth at home is not fun.
Kelleher is for Forest.
If you follow the Andy Martin rule of footballers with pregnant partners, you would not expect Kelleher to be back. Or if he's back, to be ineffective, because if he's a good partner,
he hasn't slept.
He should be a little tired.
Okay.
So, you don't have kids, so you wouldn't know.
He seems like he has a nice face. Seems like a nice guy. I think he seems. I hope he's a honorable man.
Sure.
Who is trying to be helpful, and so that's the best that you could ask of him.
Yeah, great. I'm just looking at. Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm not. It's not about the player. It's not about the skill. This is a quick turnaround, but he did get a little bit of a rest this week. It's not like they played him all 90 minutes. They didn't really need to. Just an absolute thrashing from your club.
Unheard of.
What's the stat was it FPL that threw it out there, or another? Was it an Opta or Who Scored stat that Liverpool's created the most chances of all teams in the league this season so far? Something like that.
Hey,
your offense is clicking.
Hey,
a little bit.
You know what? It is kind of.
Let's fire our manager.
Fire him.
Get him gone.
Hey, you know what? What else is a fun stat?
Terrible title defense.
Arsenal is second in the league in open play goals.
That's really great. Back to Arsenal again.
Just wanted to throw that out there.
Thanks for changing the subject back to something you
Dave,
care about.
You said Joel Gomez a little bit ago. I would say safely ignore Joel Gomez despite his 14-pointer.
Oh, man.
If you would like to go there.
Back-to-back double digits against Villa and Liverpool in there for the Wolves. For old Gomez.
You can go there if you
feel
want.
it in my plums.
Are we in Bry's guys now?
Yeah, we are in Bry's guys.
All right.
Bruno Fernandes, congrats to, the cartel or anyone who accidentally captained him at the last second. Also, congrats to anyone who had him as vice captain. So
with everything that's going on in Mexico, I don't think we're allowed to say the cartel.
True. Harry Wilson, just the minor issue of whether or not he's fit. A fantastic game for Harry Wilson. And honestly, because of the matchup and because of his quality, someone who before he was injured, I actually have my captain currently on him.
Ooh.
But I don't think I'm going to do that now that I can't be certain that he's going to play. So
that's really interesting.
I don't hate the move. I probably would have stuck with it if he was not on a triangle, honestly. Don't look now, but Ryan Nori has started the last 5 games for Manchester City. $5.7, 4.2% selected, at least as of a little bit ago. Since he started 5 games ago, he is the 5th highest scoring defender in FPL after doing almost nothing statistically. He has taken 4 shots. He has created 2 chances.
But
he is the 5th.
He was good last year.
He is the 5th highest. So
we need to bring him in.
I mean,
he's waiting to break out.
0.53 expected assists, XA of 0.53 in the last 5 games, which doesn't even put him in the top 20. 8 touches in the opposition box. Again, not even in the top 20. You do not need to produce anything to get high scores in FPL. 11 points this week, though, got an assist. I don't know if I put air quotes on that or not. I know he did get an assist on the Semenyo goal, whether that was an intended thing or a shot that Semenyo...
Oh, no. It was a...
Okay, it was an actual pass. Oh, yeah. So it was a real assist.
Laser assist.
The old shas.
Across... No, it was not a shas. Okay. It was a laser assist.
Yeah, I don't remember seeing it.
Annoying.
I'm not casting doubt on it. I'm just saying
sounds like you're casting doubt.
I'm casting doubt on my own knowledge of it. I'm saying I don't know whether it was an actual thing.
It could have easily been defended as Rodin was running with Semenyo step for step into the box. Semenyo just went down to get the ball and slide kick it in the net.
Okay.
Rodin could have done the same thing, and he just didn't. And as an Arsenal fan, I'm watching. I'm like, you stupid.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway.
Well, Aït-Nouri, as of not too long ago, 8th most transferred in among defenders. Gahey's probably still. Well, I mean, Gahey just got Gahey got a straight up clean sheet.
Yeah.
Nico got a straight up clean sheet because he got subbed early.
Right.
Aït-Nouri gets the assist, of course, in a 1-0 game for a defender. Of course, it's going to push him into the bonus and stuff like that. But no, I mean it's fine. I'm not really sure. Ruben Diaz had a better game.
The
because
reason why
of
O'Reilly
his
was
bonus points, or because
O'Reilly
of,
was playing forward. He was playing in the midfield and was really getting up the pitch. And that's why he was. That's why I owned a City defender.
Right.
I would not own another City defender unless it was O'Reilly.
Except that he's a closet City fan.
Yeah.
How can he not be?
Oh yeah, big time.
Dave, William Saliba blowing the doors off of your goal threat Gabriel this week. 10 points because he scored the goal.
Gabriel got 9 in your face.
Well, I mean, he's the greatest. But do you do anything with Saliba?
No, it's his first goal in like.
I know he's not a goal. I mean, it hasn't.
He doesn't goal and he doesn't assist. It's Mr. Goal Threat is who you want.
Never heard of him.
The two Burnley guys who made it such an amazing game were Jaden Anthony and Hannibal. You can ignore both of them, I think. But to be fair, Jaden Anthony did have his moment at the beginning of the season. What's weird? 19 shots for Jaden Anthony in the last. He is featured in every game since game week 20. He was injured there for a minute. 19 shots is the 7th most among midfielders. He basically is Burnley's offense. At least he was at the beginning of the season. And I know they have a couple. Who's the other guy?
He definitely was in the beginning.
Is it Zell? It's not Zeller. What's the guy? What's their guy? Is it a forward? Look me up. See, find out who it is. Look up the Burnley team.
I got it.
It's one of their guys. He's been subbing in. He subbed in some of the time.
Zeller doesn't sound right.
It's not Zeller.
Ashley Barnes?
No, Barnes almost.
Hannibal, Laurent, Florentino, Cullen, Ugo Chukwuwu,
No.
Anthony, Hannibal, Laurent, Edwards.
No, what about forwards? This is riveting.
Fleming, Foster.
Zian Fleming. Zian. That's why. That's what it is. It's Fleming, but his name is Zian.
Zian. It is Zian.
He's
Zian. Back-to-back 9 and a 6.
Right. He is capable. He's been doing that. I think he takes their penalties. He has taken late penalties for them. So he is a little bit of the offense, but Jaden Anthony was more of the guy most of the time. I'm not saying to buy him. I'm just saying that Anthony's $5. So I'm not like it's another guy that is whatever. You're not buying him, but just saying he had a top score this week to hit double digits. So it's not entirely insane.
2 weeks
I don't
ago,
think.
2 weeks ago against Palace, he had an 8. So last 3 weeks, 8, 2, 10. That's not bad.
Yeah. It's not, you're not probably doing anything with it. It's not like he's a top pick. It's just that he was one of the top scorers this game week in particular.
Oh, yeah.
Tough for calling what to do with Alex Iwobi, I'm not kidding. Since he returned to the starting lineup in game week 23, Alex Iwobi has scored 33 points, which is tied for 6th most among midfielders.
I know.
It's not bad. Not a lot of shots, not a lot of shots on target, not a lot of touches in the opposition box, but has created 12 chances, which is 5th best among midfielders since game week 23. 2 big chances created. It's not so much with volume with him anyway. I think he's done this before. And so I think anytime someone that you've seen do this before,
I think those are
does
his
it again.
2 best matches. I'll just be surprised if he can
For
turn
sure.
in. I
But,
don't think
Dave,
he has another double-digit game. He doesn't.
Home West Ham, at Nottingham Forest, home Burnley are the next 3. This is the reason why everyone has gone to
match week 5. He had 13 against Brentford.
Right. So I'm not I am not saying he is. He's only 1.4%. Fantastic differential.
like you just
Those are
said,
three really good
really
matchups.
good matchups.
And that's the reason why everyone had already, like, I've
Went
seen
to Wilson.
Harry Wilson, Raul Jimenez, another choice.
Yeah.
People that wanted Joakim Anderson. Just for any of the defenders, though, it's not like Lino or anybody else is a great choice. Just a reminder from the guy, one of the Fulham reporters from it was years ago at this point, who said just a reminder that Fulham seem to always score in home games and always get scored on in their games. So I would not be counting on clean sheets from them. But schedule is amazing, and depending on what happens with Harry Wilson, I don't hate the Iwobi pick because no matter what, you can blame the schedule one way or the other.
Right? Do you have any more guys?
Dave, Danny Welbeck has back-to-back goals. Normally wouldn't recommend buying someone ahead of Arsenal, but revenge game. You never know.
He's had a few of those. It's not like it's the first game.
But Danny Welbeck, no, he's been fit again. They've been managing his minutes a little bit better here. I think he's mostly started. He's had a couple sub-ons, but it's not a crazy choice, just not a popular one, I guess.
I just don't like it this week.
Jared Branthwaite back in the starting lineup for Everton, 9 points, thanks to scoring a goal in their 3-2 victory. Yes, you can sure count on
over Newcastle.
Jared Branthwaite scoring goals. They do get Burnley this week at home, which is... it's the one oasis in the Everton sea of terrible fixtures.
I'm definitely starting Pickford and Tarkowski this week. And I'm sure it'll backfire on me, as it always seems to when I think I have good
After
matchups.
this game week, they're at Arsenal, home Chelsea, at Brentford, home Liverpool. I cannot imagine why you would ever want to go toward an Everton player unless you are dead-ending.
What, 7th place? Are they 7th in the table? Oh, I'm sorry, 8th. 8th in the table. 3 points behind Brentford. Everton's, I'm not tooting their horn, but they're not horrible.
No, they're not horrible. It's just that they've been in this really bad run of fixtures.
Yeah, but Travis, wouldn't you agree with this, that Everton seems to play up sometimes? Like, I don't know. I feel like
they took it to Villa.
I feel like this Everton, they took it to Villa, they took it to Newcastle, and I think on paper you would have favored.
They played you guys tight. They played Chelsea tight-ish.
I just think that I feel like Everton's a team that somehow will figure out a way to be in it. I don't think, and again, I'm not looking at their scores, I don't think they've gotten crushed this year.
Moyes is a good manager. He's an organized manager. He knows what he's doing. I think he's got them compact, and yeah, I don't disagree with that. I don't think they're going to get walked, to use your terminology. But at the same time, I don't think that you're looking at anything reasonable.
Right? I mean, if you brought in, I'm just saying, I don't think you'd be.
I wouldn't
even
target
with
them.
that schedule coming up. If you had a Dewsbury Hall, I'm not worried about that.
No, and
you're going to get defensive contributions from him.
Those three midfielders that have been on everyone's radar off and on all season between Ndai, Dewsbury Hall, and James Garner. Any one of the three of them can produce. I think Garner got a return this week.
I like Garner better than Dewsbury Hall, but
yeah,
right. I'm just saying that this has been this has been a really bad run.
It's not going to get any better after Burnley.
And they've got some. This is just one game in the middle of some really bad games. I was going to say you can ignore the Everton forwards. You could just throw Beto in there because he also scored a 9 because he scored a goal this week. But Beto and Barry at any week,
right? You don't know who's starting.
Nothing,
right.
Cancel each other out.
Right.
Both
That's
score. Right. I think you're ignoring that. Alexis McAllister is an interesting one just because he
2 weeks in a row he's giving you
gotten good returns
if you owned him.
He last 5 games, he started all of the last 5 games. Prior to that, not necessarily a starter, but 5 games in a row that he has started now. Again,
he made way for Wirtz is the issue.
Not a lot of volume from McAllister, even in the last 5 games.
All right, hold on. Let's think about this. This makes way too much sense, and this is way too simple. McAllister earlier in the season, Travis, I think you know where I'm going with this, was somewhat, earlier in the season he was struggling. I feel like it took him like
no
8
question.
games to get up to
Yeah,
fitness.
he wasn't fit.
Like he didn't look like he knew what
he
was
was off
doing.
the pace.
But then,
He's all over the place.
But then all of a sudden, he started giving a few returns, but then Vert started playing better, and McAllister went back to more of
he's got something to play for.
Of a defensive contribution guy in a 6.
He's a World Cup winner, for goodness sake. He's got something to play for.
My point being, and I'm slowly getting there, is Verts has been out the last 2 games, and now McAllister has pointed in the last 2 games. So if Verts isn't coming back, maybe McAllister is the move.
Yeah, at least until he does.
I mean, he's not coming back midweek. He's probably not going to be back on the weekend.
Yeah, I would argue that I would probably still go Soboslai over McAllister. Price point is a little bit different, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, but
McAllister 6.2,
6.2 versus 6.9. I still think Soboslai is a safer pick, even though he didn't point, last week.
How is Gravenberg still outscoring Soboslai in the season? Tell me
defensive contributions.
He keeps doing
That's
stuff.
Unbelievable.
Random goals.
Yeah, he pops up every once in a while with some stuff.
He had a couple assists,
5, 3,
random goals.
5, 4.
Defensive contributions. He's grabbing points, yeah. So, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I still think Soboslai's a pick. That's who I've got in my team right now, kind of penciled in. See how that
I don't know,
goes.
man. That's interesting. I'm not. It's not worth a hit for me this week. Maybe it should be. That's interesting.
Dave, what are you doing with your team? How do you view this next run of games for Arsenal? Urian Timber, one of the last people I even want to talk about just because he scored a goal, would have been probably dropped in price last week. I was not happy to move him on. I understand what he's capable of, but it was, of course, sad for me to see him score a goal against Chelsea. At Brighton this week, home to Everton, and then, of course, the blank game week 31, followed by home Bournemouth at Manchester City.
Are we discussing the Leverkusen game in between
you have
Brighton
a lot.
and Everton?
Yeah, what did they say? I feel like one of they were talking about the number of games. Like you have like 8 games, but there's only 2 in the league. There's so many games for.
So we got the Carabao Cup final coming up
1,
against
2,
City.
3, 4.
If you want to look at a crazy schedule,
6 games between now and the end of March, and only 2 in the league. So
correct.
six total games, 2 Premier League games.
Arsenal's schedule based on their opponents, if we were color coding everything, much easier currently than City's upcoming schedule. If you want to look at something crazy,
thanks to Madrid, right? And then
adding Madrid, and then they got a tough draw in the FA Cup. I think
they got Newcastle.
Yeah, they're playing Newcastle. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and then they have you guys
in the Carabao Cup final,
Arsenal, and
and then they
31.
Yeah, and Madrid's in there twice.
Right.
So
no wonder Holland got a little bit of a
I'm kind of hurt.
Yeah. So. Another reason why would he play this game? They need to win.
He's not playing this game, but they do need to win. Period.
Yeah, I think they continue to push for the league, so I wouldn't be surprised if he plays just for that simple reason.
Yeah,
keep the pressure on.
He's hurt.
Do you know who doesn't play a lot of games in the next however many weeks? Manchester United. Manchester United plays at Newcastle, and then they have nothing. And then they have nothing in the FA Cup and anything in Europe. And then they have a very normal game week 30 against Aston Villa at home. And then nothing when the other teams that are in Europe have something in Europe. And then they're at Bournemouth.
Those boys going to be rested.
I have been more tempted less tempted by Ekitike. And I want to go
your
to
cousin.
My
three games in a row.
Yeah.
8-8-8.
Yeah.
2 of them subs on with one start.
Absolute goal machine, and
if he's starting
clutch,
and
clutch
look,
gene
hold on,
strong in the Sheffield.
Let's go back 2 games before that. It was a 6 and a 1. So he's given you 4 league returns in the last 5 match weeks.
Yeah.
I doubt there's many forwards who have done that.
No,
giving you 4 out of 5.
He's the second most transferred in among forwards, and I think that's understandable.
7-3.
Yeah. Ekatike, I there's no argument against it, except you guys have a big pile of stuff going on. You're not worried about Wolves away in the league. You're not worried about Wolves away in the FA Cup. You are a little bit more worried about Galatasaray.
Yes.
You have to be.
Yes.
Yeah, they've already beaten us once, so
it was at their place.
Turkey's a tough place to go to. So
you have to go away first. Yeah, so you don't love the away leg.
You don't love the away, but we are also pretty strong in Europe. Apart from that, and we're in a good vein of form. So I'm not overly concerned about it. Not overly concerned about it. I think we'll be fine.
Tottenham's a sinking submarine straight to the bottom of the deepest trench of the ocean.
They're going to get relegated.
There's a real possibility.
They're awful.
There's a real
They haven't won in 26.
Go find the Athletic article about how they've just completely forgotten how to win games.
Yeah.
And then you have, like, Dragushin filling in because your best defender can't manage to keep his head for 2 seconds.
Yeah, I do think that they stay up, but there's a real possibility.
They're bad.
So, yeah, where were we?
I'm just
Shesko.
saying.
We were talking about Shesko.
I'm just saying.
United is a good move.
I understand.
They're all going to be well
the
rested.
Straightforward Wolves, Spurs, Brighton. The next 3 for Liverpool. Then the international break. You come back to Fulham at home. And then it's Everton. Like, there's not one moment of the rest of the season, like we said, except for away to Manchester United, home Chelsea, at Villa, game weeks 35, 36, 37. But again, those are offensive. Those favor offenses. I'm not interested in, like, Andy Robertson or Kirkhez in those games. Not even necessarily Virgil, but I am interested in attackers in those games for all of those teams. There's a lot to like about the Liverpool schedule going out. It's just this next run, just the pile up is tricky for Liverpool, Arsenal, Manchester City, Chelsea, Newcastle. They have a lot going on. And so, yeah, I mean, Spurs obviously are going to be in there too. Like, they've got their own issues, but they do have Europe. So as bad as it is in the league,
4th place in Champions League qualifying.
I mean that.
But then again, look, I went back and looked at their schedule. They had the cakest schedule, and they didn't play one other tough team in the qual. PSG. They played PSG and they tied them, I think.
Yeah,
if I remember correctly. Weird. Anyways, continue.
Yeah. Either way, just saying, like, looking through the list, it makes sense who's going. Why you're going to certain players. It makes. I totally understand the mentality of it, but yeah, just wanted to throw Shesko out there again as a forward option.
Reasonable.
Second most transferred in for forwards. Might be my one transfer this week. What are you doing? The last question is just like Chelsea. You're down Pedro Neto. I don't think that really matters all that much. More red cards and whatever than anybody else in the league this season. They are dumb. That was the dumbest. Pedro Neto's red card was so dumb.
It's just passion, man. It's just passion.
Oh yeah, it is passion. But they're at Villa, home Newcastle, at Everton to go along with their games against PSG and Wrexham. We got to go to Wrexham. Boy, I hope Wrexham wins. That would be the most amazing.
It won't happen.
Oh, it might.
No, but that's a lot of gray. Those aren't great matchups. So
Chelsea hadn't. And I don't know.
What are you doing with Joao Pedro?
Keeping him, running him out.
Okay,
I'm running him out.
Are you selling Haaland over Joao Pedro?
Yes, absolutely.
Are you?
You don't own Haaland, though.
Yeah, he doesn't.
But I would.
But if you, yeah.
I'm really toying with it.
Okay.
I don't know why anyone's keeping Haaland right now.
Well, he's the top scoring forward in the game.
But what history does he have at finishing strong? We talked about this 5 weeks ago when I wildcarded and sold him.
He hasn't finished strong, and yet his last 3 weeks, or last 5 weeks, is 5-11, 5-6, and then he didn't play.
Yeah, it's garbage.
5-11, 5-6, you take. Right? So I mean,
it's not as good as Shen.
Just 1 week. Yeah, that's 1 week without doing anything, and it was because of an injury.
Now he's hurt.
Will be back. He will be back
at some point
someday.
This season.
Listen, again, English is not his first language. He's not being precise because he doesn't have the words,
Pep's
Dave.
been in England for a long time.
Doesn't mean he...
Oh, you know what? One injury that we didn't talk about because Bournemouth's schedule is really good is Evan Nielsen. That was somebody that had been kind of picked up a little bit.
He's not going to play
stronger.
midweek.
He had a dead leg.
Yeah.
It's possible that he does, though, because I think Areola downplayed it. Him and Senesi both were
but they got who else do they have that can play up there? Right, it's eluding me at the moment.
Callum Wilson was up there.
No, they have
no, Callum Wilson's gone.
They have Enes Unal.
It's Krupi.
Unal and Krupi can play up there too. Unal's back and
Krupi's been starting some matches, and then Evan Nielsen starts, and it's Krupi they'll run out.
And they have more of the attackers now. The Tavernier.
Ryan.
Actually, you know what? If you had pinned
Ryan
me down,
actually looked really good.
And I know he was the big pickup last week. If you had made me pick one last week, though, it would have been Tavernier, because 2 games ago when he finally came back, when he came on, it was lightning.
Tavernier
was excellent when he finally got back. Comes out here, gets an assist, finishes probably with bonus points, I would imagine.
He had 7.
Yeah, so really good game, and like I said, Bournemouth's got home Brentford, at Burnley, home Manchester United in the next 3 games. That's, I mean, so green. Those are 3 so green. I love it. That's another consideration too, because I've got an Enzo Fernandez problem. You're right. I could wild card. I'm not going to do it though because of the blank and double game weeks coming up.
Free hit on the.
I'm in a free hit on the blank game week in 30.
That's what I'm talking about.
4.
Double match weeks never work out when you plan for them.
They always work out. It's so good. It's my favorite time of year. Double game weeks are so fun. I'm going to wild card into the double and bench boost on a double. That's what I mean. That's telegraphing it. It's what a lot of people are going to do. So I'm not. Yeah,
I hear you.
Anyway. I think that's it. I'm sure there are plenty of other people that we could have talked about. That's my guys. The main guys who are being transferred in, though, I mean, there's a top 3, and then there's do you have the guts to go a different direction?
Right.
Virgil for the defenders, Harry Wilson for midfielders.
Which don't do that
Which
yet.
I can't imagine why. I mean, it hasn't stopped a lot of people. But there are other considerations in midfield. And then it's, did you buy Ekitike? So 500,000 people brought in Ekitike.
I already had him.
Right. It was a smart move, Dave.
Well,
yeah, but he didn't get all those Holland points. Who's got more points in the last 5 weeks, Ekitike or Holland?
Ekitike easily.
Ekitike.
Actually, that's not true.
Well, you said he was the highest scoring whatever for a long time.
Ekitike since game week 22, 57 points. I did not do it for this specific time frame. I'm unprepared for your specific request right this second.
22 would have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
I said 52.
7. Let's see what he's got. I'm doing the math. Go ahead.
Look, Ekitike before his 15 this week had 3 2s in a row.
Right.
So but before that it was 13. So
right. It was 13, another double digit.
2 2 2 15. So I get it. There was a little bit of a weird drought, and before the 13, there was a 1 and 2, and then he was out for a couple matches.
Right.
So it had been a little while, and I'd already gone to him, and I was just riding the 2s out because I like Liverpool's schedule, and I think he's a good player.
I wanted to hold on to him, I just didn't, and I think there's I don't know. I'm not sure really what to do, like especially moving toward a Manchester City, Arsenal player, whatever. You're probably not going toward a Palace player. You're definitely not buying a Wolves player, but just remember that game week 31 is blank for those 4 teams. Prepare accordingly. Right now, I've got Gabriel, I've got Semenyo, I've got Holland.
Yeah.
All I got to do is get rid of Dorgu. And I don't have to do anything in game week 31. I can field a full team, barring some freak injury. But I don't know how people are going to navigate that, depending on how packed with Arsenal and City players they are.
Gotta have 3 and 3, don't you?
Yeah, you need 6. You should go get them now. No, that's why it's, I think, just slowly kind of transferring to get those guys out of there. That's it. We're on to night moves. You guys can start talking about Travis's 5 transfers.
I'll go before Travis.
Okay.
So then Travis,
because you already made a move and you're
I made one move. It was Mukele out.
Okay.
And it was Hill from Bournemouth in.
Okay. Smart.
Hill.
Smart enough.
Hill, who should have been getting more run on this podcast. Of course, this past week he had 2. But before that, and again, I didn't own him for the 2. I'm hoping that this vein of form, since match week 23, it goes 6, 7, 7, 9, 6, and then a 2 this past week. So no defender was, I doubt, hotter scoring than Mr. James Hill.
For what it's worth, Dave, James Hill, a feature of this podcast on February 9th.
Okay. Pretty sure I wasn't there that day for some reason.
Mentally or physically.
Maybe I was, Travis.
It's fine.
But no, even prior to that, you're right.
It hasn't
he had
been
already been
enough.
right. He was already starting.
We
he had
didn't
already caught the
predate it.
attention of his manager. But at that
he was
point,
getting the minutes.
At that point, he was 3.9 and he was 2% selected. So there were 2% of savvy managers who already had James Hill.
Now he's
February
up to
9th.
a 6.8.
Yeah, that is.
And of course, I missed all his good run. So now that I have him, I will be the kiss of death.
You'll be fine.
I am captaining. At the moment, I think I am captaining Semenyo mainly because he's at home this week.
Okay.
It's an interesting one.
A home captain to Forest, even though, I don't know, Newcastle likes to give up some goals. You never know with Newcastle. But Bruno's at Newcastle. Ekitike at Wolves. I am scared, Travis, of what happened to you last week with Rodgers away at Wolves.
Wolves looks fine. They're turning it around. New manager. They're playing well.
The other thing that scares me is I never like owning the number one transferred guy or like captaining the number one transferred guy in. Now, this last week with Virgil, it worked. I feel like it normally doesn't. If everyone's going to Ekitike, I feel like he's not going to score this week. So I'm going to stick with probably Semenyo. Although I am tempted, and this would be crazy, Brian, and this would be bold, and you love a good bold move captain.
It's probably my favorite thing about this game.
I have 2 Bournemouth guys. I could go with Scott, or I could go with Mr. Hill.
Yeah.
So that
I'll tell you what,
or Pickford is in goal against Burnley.
If you captained,
what would I get?
Jimmy Scott. What's his name?
Adam Scott. It's Alex. It's
Alex
I knew
Scott
it wasn't Adam.
from Bournemouth this game week, and he returns. Do you have any idea what sort of leap up the table that does for you? That's the greatest.
Assuming everyone else's captain misses. That's the problem.
No, but I mean, if you captain, I mean, just the effective ownership of him
is 1.3.
You doing something that no one else is doing. You deserve credit and points.
Yeah, so you would go up into the table of our hearts.
Yeah.
Oh.
You'd be at least 3rd.
Yeah. After his wife and one of his other kids.
All right. Brian, before we get to Travis.
Love them all equally.
Who?
Don't start that here.
Are you going to captain this week?
Since I only have the one transfer,
because I know you're not
I'm not sure what to do.
Yeah, you're not going to. Yeah.
Again, I have a Dorgu problem. And I've got 0.6 in the bank, so the highest I can go is 4.8. There is no compelling defender to me at all. I don't care.
James Justin or James Hill?
I don't care about any of them.
Okay.
Hill is an obvious one. Home Brentford, at Burnley, home Manchester United in the next 3 games. Only 2 of those are okay.
Yeah.
And home Brentford is only good because
it's
if
home.
Bournemouth can try to be better at home, that would be fine.
Right.
I'm just unconvinced by them.
I agree.
And then at Burnley is fine, but then they're following that up with at Arsenal, at Newcastle. So I'm just not. I understand the appeal. I understand the price. Dorgu out, Hill is the very boring, sensible move. I don't love having Enzo. And so 7.2 to spend on a midfielder is way more interesting to me.
You wouldn't dare go Iwobi.
It's Szoboszlai.
Oh,
It is Iwobi. The guy I want.
McAllister's a tough decision.
Somebody that we also didn't mention. This is probably malpractice on the part of the podcast because the Brentford schedule is minimum gray for the foreseeable future. Utara Dango has been a very excellent player for them. He got an assist this week. It was just a boring old 5.
Very, very good.
But Dango has been excellent for them. Kevin Shada scored again this week. So Kevin Shada is back, and that's another guy.
If he doesn't get red carded, he finds a way to score.
All the Brentford midfielders, the Brentford attackers, I think are all open here. I'm not sure what to do, but honestly, Marcus Tavernier was the guy. If you had pinned me down, I thought about taking a hit to bring him in.
Wow.
This week or last week.
Wow.
Because I had already made a move. I said I had already brought in Virgil. It would have been Enzo out for Tavernier.
Okay.
And I still kind of like that. Tavernier on penalties for Bournemouth. Tavernier creative. Again, assuming he stays out there the whole time. And then, of course, there's the Holland problem. And it would be Holland out in favor of Ekitike or Benjamin Šeško. And I don't really hate either of those. But
who are you going to captain?
How do you not take Ekitike?
I don't know.
With wolves staring you, with that bright glowing green looking right in your face.
Just be like all the other lemmings, Brian. Bring in Ekitike.
You know how I play this game. I love following the crowd. What does the AI generated
you
team
did last week
say?
Bring in Virgil in.
Actually, I did. That
okay.
To me.
You didn't even look at the top transfers in. All right, who are you captaining?
The reason why it's a problem is because right now, first bench is Morgan Rogers. Second bench is Jan Paul van Hecke.
Never heard of
Third bench is Dorgu.
Right.
So my bench is crap. I would rather not
Your
start.
bench is not playing.
I would rather. Well, right, and I've got Harry Wilson and Holland. So I'm like,
also probably not playing. Yeah,
right. So there's
issues.
2
wild
players.
Card.
I'm not doing it. I had a bigger decision. I had a bigger decision of whether to start Dubravka or Verbruggen this week because that's how crap my goalkeepers
again.
Are.
Wild card. No,
I'm not going
Travis.
to wild card. And captain currently is on Harry Wilson. That will change. If he was playing, I probably would keep it. Vice captain currently on Virgil van Dijk.
Oh, okay.
Too good to be true.
Okay.
I got 2 lineups. One where I make all 5, one where I make 3.
Okay.
The one where I make 3 is a little bit more pedestrian.
Okay.
I move Chalobah to Virgil.
Okay.
I move.
See, he believes in his team.
I move Brian Brobby to Benjamin Šeško.
Yes.
And then I just needed a throwaway midfielder to make the numbers work. So Enzo turns into, at this point, Rio Gamoa from Liverpool, who is likely to start seeing more minutes now that Salah sucks so bad.
What happened to Salah?
Who?
Yeah.
Man.
So that's option 1. I don't have to sell Holland.
Impact player, and I can't believe I'm saying that.
I don't have to sell Holland, and I pick up a United player on their
All right, now give me the interesting one.
The interesting one is Chalobah to Virgil.
Okay.
Bumo to Fernandez.
You'd sell Bumo? Oh, to get Bruno.
To go to Bruno.
Yeah, I would do that. I would do that anyway.
Enzo to Szoboszlai.
Okay. See, he does believe in his team. For real.
Holland to Ekitike.
Okay.
Wow, 3 Liverpool players
and then Brobby to Bowen. That's a pretty strong team, but it doesn't have Holland in it.
Who cares? You don't need him.
That's the hard part.
You don't need him.
Says says you.
Yeah.
And you have done better than me the last couple weeks.
You don't need him.
Yeah, that's the hard part is letting go of him. I don't think I get back to him.
I know.
Easily.
That's the big problem.
I spread the money out so much.
You have already wild carded?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the problem. That's the only problem with
He's
about
got
it. Is
five
if you want
transfers.
to,
It's another wild card.
It's basically another wild card. And the issue is I need to do at least one because I'm going to lose it if I don't, right? So
yes, you have to do at least
so
one.
as far as I'm concerned at this point, I could go a couple different ways, but those are the two that I'm playing with the most. I don't know which one I'm going to pick. And which one I do pick?
5.
I don't think I would make 5.
I don't think I can do it. I think
I
I want to hold Holland.
Make 3 and keep 2 just to make yourself feel better.
Well, the issue is I think
I would
Holland's.
make 2. I love the idea of keeping a bunch of transfers.
Yeah, because you do get bonuses for having transfers. You know that, right?
I am.
Well,
I
hear what you're saying, Brian, and you're like, look,
Always be ready to solve
keep your
problems.
options open.
Yeah.
So if you make 2 or 3,
but also you're running out of time.
I am running out of time. I got to do it tonight probably. So,
But also we're game week 29. I can't believe
Yeah.
the season's down to the last 10 weeks. You're down to
Yeah.
10 weeks of a season left.
crazy.
give City the title.
Arsenal's got 9 games. They can
Arsenal's
win.
that's
9 games.
Title was decided in October.
No, it's not. Technically it's in City's hands.
They got to go head to head.
Technically it's in
Technically, it's
City's hands.
Technically, it's in both your hands because they got to win that head to head.
If we can draw
They gotta
that,
win their game.
if we
You'll
can,
be fine.
I like our run in better
They
than
got to win their
City's.
game in hand, and
City's got to play Villa in the second to last. I think in match week 38. No, 37.
it's going to be fine. Yeah. So I don't know who I'm going to captain, and it doesn't matter because I'm bad at picking that anyways. But it'll be fun to see what I do while I'm producing this later tonight.
I'm sorry. City plays home to Villa on the
Final
last
day,
day of the
that's a big one.
season.
Yep.
Villa will
We'll
probably
likely have something to play for. Yeah, I bet they'll be close.
United's coming on strong, so and so is Liverpool. So
And Chelsea. Yeah.
No, Chelsea's
not,
not
but
coming
Chelsea
on
will
strong.
they'll be in the mix
but
though.
United and Liverpool definitely are, and Villa has hit a little bit of a slump. So, yeah, that game's going to be important.
It's going to be an interesting one. I like having meaningful games the last day of the season. So.
Arsenal has an extremely meaningful game as well. They are home. They are at Palace, and before that they play Burnley, and before that they play West Ham, and before that they play Fulham.
Yeah, Palace.
Arsenal's run in after City
scary.
is pretty nice.
Maybe
Anyway,
Glasner's last game could be interesting, I guess.
Be nice if Eze could get a goal in front of the Palace fans. That'd be good. That'd be great.
He's done it once.
All right, gentlemen, well done. Brian, excellent to have you back. Thank you for bringing your guys in, and hopefully you will gain some courage as you will need to make a transfer pretty soon as the window is quickly closing. Matches start on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday this midweek.
Yeah.
Travis, hopefully we'll have this out quickly, so if you can listen to this, our friends across the pond will have more of a chance. And
the USA deadline is
like 14
1
hours.
o'clock p.m. Eastern time.
This is a 2:30 game.
It is a 2:30 kickoff.
Here in the US of A.
Bournemouth, Brentford, Everton, Burnley, Leeds, Sunderland. They're really going after it in those first 3 games, and then of course Liverpool at Wolves
at 3.
At 3:15.
Oh, 3:50. A little later kickoff.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Very good.
So
well,
you could ruin your weekend as early as starting at 3:15 Eastern by captaining a Liverpool player in a trap game.
Yeah, I do.
Maybe. It could be weird. I don't anticipate it, but it could be. That is extreme decisive knowledge there. For the FPL America podcast, this is David Smith. Until next time.